Singapore can be a paragon actually for the coexistence of human beings and community animals. We have a shared community, we have so much public housing. It is inevitable that there will be a human and community animal conflict, but that can be resolved in a humane way, and there can be a tolerance across species.
My name is James. I am a feeder rescuer at Amokyo. I started doing this about 8 years ago.
Hi, my name is Tenuga. I'm the president of the Cat Welfare Society, and we advocate for responsible cat caregiving in Singapore and responsible cat ownership. A community cat is a cat that shares a space with the human residents of the same community. 10 years ago, the term that was used for community cats was stray cats, and it was a very conscious effort on CWS's part to rename them into community cats, because the word stray suggests that they've sort of wandered into an area, but the reality is these cats, they're residents along with the human beings in that area. Actually, I'd be hard-pressed to find any space in Singapore that doesn't have cats. They are truly part of the Singapore landscape.
Feeding cats is not illegal in Singapore, but littering is. The rule is that you need to clean up after yourself within 2 hours. And personally, I found that feeding the cats is actually the most basic, but also one of the most important things that we can do, because I've known what it is to be hungry. You want to eat, but you can't find it. And that's the case in Singapore, where with our urban landscape, cats just don't have places where they can actually hunt. The easiest thing you can do to actually make life better for them is to just feed them and give them good water to drink. If there is no cat feeding, the cats will go for the coffee shops, to go for dustbins. We don't want them to do that because it causes a mess, which means more work for people. It's not sanitary, they will fall sick. It could lead to food waste being spread over a large area, which could cause hygiene and health issues. Yes, if you leave food out for a long period, like overnight, rodents will come and they might eat the food and become fat. If you feed wet food, just stick around until the cat finishes the food. Don't feed them on the ground. Put a plastic plate or a piece of brochure paper, and then you just toss the paper away.
So there are several times requests that we receive about removing community cats from a certain area because they think that this will then somehow eradicate the cat population. Removal is not a solution. Removal does nothing. And in fact, an emptied space invites other animals to come into that space. It's called a vacuum effect.
Cats are very territorial. They won't come to an area where there's already cats, because cats sort of like have an anti-cat aura around each of them, If a place where there's resources, like food and water, the cats tend to maintain their own territory, so new cats will tend not to come in. The only times when I find new cats coming in is when they get abandoned. That's my experience.
I think there are several ways that people can chip in to help the community cats in their areas. If they encounter a cat that is in distress, like very laboured breathing or bleeding from the mouth, then those suggest that the cat has either met with an accident or unfortunately fallen from a high floor and it needs immediate medical attention. If you see a cat that is perhaps like not in immediate distress, maybe like matted fur or it looks a little bit scruffy, there are, for example, ways of helping to clean down the cat a little bit. It could be something almost as simple as a topical application of something called Revolution that can help keep the cat flea-free, for example.
I think number one is that if there's a cat in the area, is that take a walk around, see if there are any other cat feeders who might already be feeding the cat. Then you can have like a rota, so it helps release some of the stress and make the network of feeders wider and more resilient. My wife and I have our own names for all the cats that we feed, but everybody has different names for them. There's like 6 or 7 boys in the neighborhood, they're all boys. What's rewarding is basically the cats who go to a good home, their new owners are showing them playing, living well. It's very warm, very proud, very happy feeling that I know I've done right by them.
One last question. So, would you say that you're a cat person?
Oh gosh, this is such a difficult question. So I have a dog, I'm not a cat person, I'm not a dog person. I just believe that we can help. I don't actually own any cats, I have an old dog.
Badly. And then I'm smiling now because there's a cat who's just come to see what's going on.